to the Investing Podcast presented by Tusk Media. For a quick audio and video check-in on the stock market, here's the Stock Market Power Lunch.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Investing Podcast presented by Tusk Media. It is Thursday, July 7th, 2016. Before we really jump into the Stock Market Power Lunch, go ahead and set a reminder on your phone, on your calendar, anywhere. If you have an assistant, tell him or her that they need to contact you at 4:15 or remind you to check out our Twitter feed right here, folks, at Tusk Media LLC on the tweets. Check it out at 4:15. We're going to post a link to our live broadcast. We will be live on Periscope. We do that every Thursday afternoon for the Investing Happy Hour, so check it out. We'd love to have you with us. We've been getting anywhere between 0 and 80 listeners for those, so it's pretty fun. At the end of the day, we will still have the Investing Hour, Happy Hour coming at you in recorded form, so if you happen to miss the live broadcast, don't worry. We'll get you up to speed, but for now, let's get you up to speed on the market. Mostly a flat day for the most part, and a little bit of a split decision within the major U.S. indices. The Dow is down a little bit right now, down 9 basis points, so that's 0.09% if you're doing the math and writing this out on paper. S&P is up 3 basis points, so up just a little bit. NASDAQ actually has a pretty decent day going, up 21 basis points. Global Dow is up a little bit more than that, up in the 35 to 40 basis point range. Gold is down a little bit, oil down a little bit, but we have seen a little bit of a rally from those futures. We did talk about futures. They were mostly flat and down a little bit, but we got some good jobs data, which we mentioned in the morning market mimosa already. So we got a little bit of a pickup there, and I think that's kind of driving the market and sustaining it, although we're not seeing a ton of upside right now, at least not intraday. A couple leaders to point out to you today. Micron is up 5.6%. Western Digital up 4.8%. Costco is up 4.3%. So those are some of the winners. We're going to highlight one loser at length today, and that's Chipotle Mexican Grill. It's down about 2.5%. I don't know if you've seen this, but they released kind of a long-form advertisement or a short film, depending on how you look at it, I guess, yesterday, and the intention was for it to go viral. I always love when companies try to go viral because you can pretty much guarantee that whatever they're doing, one, costs a ton of money, and two, is stupid. So they released this thing called Love Story, and to give you a little bit of the plot line, it's really, really solid stuff. They set up kind of one of those traditional American rivalries, lemonade stand, staple of this country, versus an orange juice stand. Ever seen an orange juice stand? I've never seen one. So they told this love story. Meanwhile, there's a Backstreet Boys cover song playing in the background. You can't make this stuff up, people. There's a Backstreet Boys cover song playing, not even the original version, playing in the background, while a lemonade stand, which is a real normal thing that people would at least recognize as existing in the real world, versus an orange juice stand, which I've never seen again. So you've got these two stands, and both of these businesses are competing. One, believe it or not, owned by a male, one by a female, and they keep growing. And you soon realize that this is a big macro critique of big businesses that diversify away from their core competency and start to get really large menus. So you get this weird orange juice stand that you don't even recognize anymore. First of all, because orange juice stands aren't a thing, but secondly, because it's evolved into this major operation. Then you have this lemonade stand, which again is actually familiar to normal human beings, that evolves into this big circus type atmosphere, selling all kinds of stuff with really fake lemonade based products. Then they basically realize, as you might expect, that this male and this female, they happen to love each other. They fall in love, and what do? They set up a really simple taco stand. So small menu is what Chipotle wants you to believe in, and that's what they've got. That's great. But it was the most ridiculous 4 minutes and 51 seconds of my life, at least for the week. I wasted 4 minutes and 51 seconds on it, except it gives me at least 4 minutes and 51 seconds worth of content for this video and this podcast, so that's useful. Small menu, that's what Chipotle is really trying to ram down your throat. It's not the best tactic, in my opinion, because their small menu has been most characterized by E. coli and salmonella over the last couple years, so maybe tell a love story about a sick couple getting healthier, something like that might actually make sense. Maybe use something other than orange juice. I know it's the summer of OJ, but I think OJ Simpson is a little bit different than an orange juice stand. Again, people don't get that. If all of this sounds like a drug-fueled dream that somebody at Chipotle had and they decided to spend tons of money on it, that might actually be true, because their chief creative officer, which is what you want a restaurant to have, a chief creative officer, their chief creative officer was arrested on Monday for buying cocaine 13 times in a New York City drug sting. So Chipotle, get it together. Stock's down 2.5%. Go watch the video or don't. I guess it's worth watching. I don't know if it's actually going to become viral. Part of me says don't watch it just so that it doesn't become viral. And I know we've got millions and millions of people watching this. But if you have the time, go watch it. It's not going to have a real impact. In other breaking news, still no cheese dip at Chipotle. I'm still not going back until they get it. Y'all have a great afternoon. We will see you at 4:15. Check out the live Periscope. Talk to y'all later.
Tusk Media is a subsidiary of Narwhal Capital Management. Ratings and reviews of Tusk Media content are not to be construed as endorsements of opinions, analysis, or services offered by Tusk or its parent company. The opinions and predictions shared here are our professional beliefs at the time of publication. We are not under duress from any of the corporate entities mentioned. This is not a solicitation to take any particular action. Although we are investment advisors, this information should not be considered investment, legal, or tax advice. We strive to be as impartial, insightful, and accurate as possible. We base our opinions, analysis, and calculations on information we believe to be reliable, but we cannot guarantee its accuracy. We can, however, guarantee that our opinions will sometimes be flat out wrong due to a variety of factors. Employees and clients of Narwhal Capital Management may or may not hold positions in the securities detailed and may or may not hold these positions in the future. A full list of all securities purchased, sold, or held during the 12 months preceding the date of this publication can be provided upon request. Unless otherwise noted, all data accessed via MarketWatch or the Bloomberg terminal. Past performance does not guarantee future results. A copy of Narwhal's Form ADV is available at the SEC's website, www.advisorinfo.sec.gov, or from Narwhal upon written request.